I plead guilty.
I'll accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Anything you want to tell me about this?
No, it's pretty cut and dry, Your Honor. I made the turn. I didn't see the sign at all, and it was right there, clear as day. So
Okay, so
I
no
apologize, but thank
no
you.
accident or anything like that?
No, nothing
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Well, I am going to impose a fine of $80. There's 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel service charge, for a total of $133. Sir, we'll send you an email how to take care of that. Please drive carefully.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay. You have somebody in the waiting room. They're in the courtroom now.
With Arthur are with that. Licensing.
Can you hear me?
Told you.
Okay, we are on the record. Tina Tena Arand. Okay, Tina Tena Arand.
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not like that.
All right, you ready for nap time?
I have a proposed disposition from the city attorney that upon a completion of a petty theft class, that and a plea of guilty to the theft charge, that would take care of this case. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No.
Okay. Then, as to theft, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
We'll accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Anything you want to tell me about all this?
No, not right now. No.
Okay, well, I'm going to require that you do a petty theft class. You're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah, so that's part of the issue.
And then once you take care of that, we'll give you about 12 weeks to get that taken care of. When you come back, that should take care of the class. You're to have no
Okay.
contact with Walmart. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So just a moment, let me, enter this. We're going to send you an email how to take care of this and give you the new court date. Looks
Okay.
like that's going to be September 1st. September 1st at 1:30.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so get this taken care of. You can log off. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, nice, Carl.
Free television.
It started when we first started posting on Football Sunday. We had 2 TVs.
Ashley's doing the Zoom, so she'll let you know.
I didn't know. What?
Carl Reynolds, please come forward to the podium. So just a moment, let me pull up your case here. It's not you. Sir, I have an indication from the city attorney that upon a plea of or a waiver of speedy trial, that this would be a deferred prosecution. You're to have no contact with Burlington Northern or Santa Fe properties. No further violations. Is that your understanding? Are all of these things that you can do? You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today? And has anyone promised you anything other than what we've just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea? Okay. I will order the deferred prosecution. For a period of 6 months, no contact with Burlington Northern properties. That includes equipment and no further violations. So, sir, we're going to give you some paperwork at the clerk's window on your way out. And we'll look at this case in about 6 months. If there have been no further violations, that'll take care of it. Thank you. Waiting on some paperwork.
That's a code enforcement situation. Yeah, I think that to you. I think that's good. No.
Okay, Juan Segura Oroz. Juan Segura Oroz.
Yes.
In just a moment, let me pull up your case. Sir, I have before me a proposed disposition whereby you would be entering a plea of guilty to trespass. Upon a plea of guilty to that charge, the balance of your case would be dismissed. The city attorney says you're to have no contact with Dick's Sporting Goods. And that you're going to be in Arizona, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this will be for a period of 1 year. You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today? Sir, have you had enough time to think about this?
Yes.
Has anyone promised you anything other than what we've spoken about in order to have you enter this today? Sir, has anyone promised you anything other than what we've spoken about?
No.
Okay, then I am ordering the 24 hours of useful public service. You can do that at any nonprofit, a church, a food bank, something like that. Get a letter that says you did it. No contact with Dick's Sporting Good Park here in Commerce City. And then we're going to have a review on this September 1st at 1:30. So you can have all your paperwork done and document that back to the court, okay?
You said September 1st.
September 1st at 1:30.
So by September 1st, I have to complete the community service.
Right, and have no further contact.
All right.
Okay, so let me put in that date. And sir, we'll see you at that time. You can appear electronically as you are here today, okay?
Will be like the same way.
Yeah, well, we'll send you an email right before, so it'll have the link on it, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye.
You can hang up.
Thank you.
I have a report, or do I have a report?
Just put it under citation.
Okay, we are in the record. Genevieve Darnell, EM 6217. Your name, ma'am? Thank you. And ma'am, your name? Thank you. Are you mom? Thank you. The city attorney says upon completion of 8 hours of community service for a nonprofit or any person that needs service or care, then that will conclude this case. You're to have no further violations of this nature and no contact with Amy Mendez, okay? Are all of those things that you can do? And ma'am, is this with your consent? Okay. Then I will require the 8 hours of community service. And we're going to set this for a review. When does school start again? Pardon? Okay, so we're going to set this for a review September 1st at 3. So I don't want you missing school, okay? And then you get a letter or a note from the person that you did the community service for. And then we'll be in good shape. No other problems, okay? Okay, so what do you have to say to mom? Sorry? That's a good start. She'd rather be anywhere else than messing with this. So stay away from Amy, and we'll have a document for you at the court clerk's window when you head on out. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we are on the record. Lord Sydney. Lord Sydney, please come forward. Just a moment. Let me pull up your case, sir. There we go. Sir, I have an indication from the city attorney that upon a plea of guilty to the trespass charge, the balance of your case would be dismissed. You, sir, are to stay away from 5600 Eudora. That's for 1 year, 24 hours of community service at any nonprofit. Sir, do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are those things that you can do?
Yes.
Okay. You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today? You had enough time to think about this? Anybody promise you anything other than what we just talked about?
No.
Then as to trespass, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? Okay, I'll accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. 24 hours of community service. Any nonprofit, get a letter from them, something showing you did it. Church, Goodwill, food bank, something like that. And then turn that into the court here. And stay away from that location for a year. So we're going to set this for a review on September 1st. at 3 o'clock. So have it done by then, okay? Okay. And as I indicated, stay away from that location. Thank you. See, the court clerk will have some paperwork for you here today. Yes, sir.
This attorney, Arthur Walsh,
Mm-hmm,
he has 3 defendants,
mm-hmm.
3 cut,
Okay,
whatever. But it's discovered.
okay.
I don't know the wiseness of representing 3 co-defendants, but
Right.
that's really not my business.
Right. Okay. Three cases. Mr. Walsh.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here with my 3 clients, Ms. Ja, Ms. Lemme, and Mr. Yet.
Okay. And did they have interpreter services?
Your Honor, but I've been capable of communicating effectively with them about what's the nature of these proceedings and what's happening.
Okay, and you've covered that they're each entitled to their own attorney, but they're waiving any conflict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
And of course, I don't know if there is a conflict because I haven't seen the police reports yet,
understand.
but I don't anticipate that there will be.
Okay, so a new date, 6 weeks or 12 weeks?
6 weeks is probably better, Your Honor.
Okay, let's get a date in about 6 weeks.
Are you,
August 11,
yes, that's good, Your Honor.
morning or afternoon, sir?
Probably afternoon is better, Judge.
Very good, 1:30. On all 3 matters, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
That concludes this proceeding. You can hang up, sir.
Thank you.
Read over the, advisement first, we can get back to you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let, just make sure that that's actually what she did. Please.
Okay, Adam Durrell. Good afternoon, sir. It's my understanding you're asking to set the matter for trial. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to get a court date. Okay. That'll be August 11th at 2:30. And sir, did you watch the video regarding your rights?
I do, yes, sir.
Okay, so if you want to be represented by counsel, that's fine. They need to let us know that. And then if you want subpoenas, you come to the court clerk's window and ask for subpoenas of persons you want to come to court to tell us what they know or do not know about your case, okay? Okay, pardon? The court clerk's window? And you'll have to give them the names and addresses of the people you want, and then we'll go from there. Okay, very good. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. We'll see you back at that time.
Is code enforcement here? No, no.
Okay, we are on the record, CM 282-563, Billy Iams. Sir, your name? I'm sorry? Thank you. Sir, the city needs to get an update from the code enforcement on statutes and the limits. And so we're going to get a new date in about 6 weeks, okay? So just a moment. Sir, morning or afternoon, which is better for you? Pardon? Afternoons? Okay.
Like how am I supposed to get to her?
ALA is supposed to.
Let's say,
Okay. So how about August 11th at 1:30?
Okay.
And sir, we'll see you back at that time. Thank you. Go to the court clerks at the window and they'll have a paper for you. Okay, Estenia Acosta Perez. Please come forward. Just a moment, let me pull up your case. Let's try it another way. Here we go. Ma'am, I have an indication from the city attorney upon a plea of guilty to 10 to 19 miles over the speed limit, a 4-point violation. The original speeding charge would be dismissed. Is that your understanding? You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today? And has anybody promised you anything other than what we have just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea? Okay. Then as to speeding 67 in a 45, I'm sorry, speeding 19 over, subsection 1101, a 4-point violation. How do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Okay, I'll accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. This is pretty darn quick. Anything you want to tell me about this? We're having a lot of people getting hurt because of speed, so you need to slow it down. Looks like you had a ticket. For quite a while ago for careless speeding, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. I will impose a fine of $120. There's a 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel service charge for a total of $185.
Okay,
Please slow it down and drive carefully.
thank you.
Go to the court clerk's window. They'll give you information how to take care of this.
Okay, thank you. That's cool. So I would just, I want to see items.
Russell Stryker, EM 18015.
John Doll from the city.
Thank you.
Mr. Stryker here is here. 45-day jail sentence on the specific conditions that violations of the law and there's no con. Frankly, I think it's fair to say, correct. Remember what happened. I did ask him if he wanted an attorney. Where he travels a lot. For instance, his job now requires him to be in Wisconsin. I thought about in-home detention, but I don't know how practical that is. I think Mr. Stryker is fairly remorseful about what happened. I think it is an issue. I'm glad he's remorseful, and we hope. To ensure that the conditions are met.
Thank you. Mr. Stryker, sir, you're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this disposition prior to entering a plea today?
Yes, sir.
And has anybody promised you anything other than what we just spoke about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No responsibility.
Okay. Then as to assault, sir, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will accept that plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. Can you tell me what happened here?
I used to be a little bit construction, so
Is this a person you see regularly or, I mean, is it, it sounds like it's a neighbor, right?
yeah, like I've never had problems with.
Okay, well, there's a significant amount of restitution here, $2,695.93.
Yeah, for example, those,
Yes,
and, it's not,
okay. So, you know, when you're in recovery, we're counting on you
yeah,
to make those kinds of decisions that don't end you up in front of a judge again. And as part of our encouragement, we want you to pay the restitution. You're ordered to pay the restitution, and I'll suspend 45 days jail. And then it's up to you to have no further violations or contact with this person so that we don't have this again.
Yeah, like I said, I've been sober.
Okay. And, you know, the good news is science tells us that your brain can recover from that meth addiction.
Yeah.
But it takes sometimes up to 18 months for that to get totally reset.
Yeah. And
So,
that's kind of why I took this job being out of state,
yeah, that's what we talk about, people, places, and things, right? And so it's time to make some changes, make them stick. I am imposing 45 days. I'm suspending that 45 days on condition of no further violations and no further contact with this person. Okay. So, sir, I'm not going to impose a fine because there's a pretty significant amount of restitution due here. But if you have contact with Juan Mercado, then you're going to jail. Your restitution payments be made through the court clerk, so you have no reason to talk with him. Okay? Please see the court clerks here at the window. We'll have some paperwork for you. I wish you well, sir.
Thank you, man.
You too. Okay. Is it Geraldine Macias? Ma'am, your name? It is Geraldine. Okay, thank you. Just a moment. Let me pull up your case. And ma'am, I have an indication from the city attorney that he dismissed the stop sign violation upon a plea of guilty to obstructed window, a 0-point violation. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today? And has anybody promised you anything other than what we've just spoken about in order to have you enter this plea?
No.
Okay. How old are you? Okay. Is this mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this okay with you, mom? It's really doesn't matter because she's 18 now, but I'm certain your mother'd rather be anywhere else than in a courtroom. And so what do you have to say to mom? Sorry? Yeah, that's a good start. Okay. I am going to impose the 8 hours of community service. You can do that at any nonprofit or with a non-relative who's elderly or disabled that needs some help. Get a letter from them, get it back to the court. Your fine is $60. There's 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel service charge for a total of $107. And then don't do this anymore. Okay. Go and see the court clerk in the hallway. They'll give you paperwork on how to get this all taken care of. Okay. Thank you. Remember, this is your fine, not mom's fine. So if she pays it, you got to pay her back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Erica Sharp. Erica Sharp.
Yes,
Okay. Um, I have an indication from the city attorney that we're going to set this over to accommodate court-appointed attorney. Is that your understanding?
yes, I want private court appointed counsel
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a conflict of interest. Because
Okay.
I was racially targeted against and I'm suing the Commerce City Police Department. So I
Okay,
don't
well,
need a public pretender. I need private counsel and I wanna possibly, if you can, I want a motion for a change of venue because I don't feel get a fair trial in Adams County whatsoever. The city attorney, he didn't say I allegedly assaulted Stephanie Duran. He said I assaulted her. So therefore that lets me know that's a red flag right there.
Okay, we're going to set this over and we don't use public defenders in Commerce City. We use private attorneys who are appointed by the court. And
Okay,
that's who we will appoint on your case.
okay,
We're going to set this in about 6 weeks. Right now, we're looking at August 11th.
okay.
And morning or afternoon, ma'am?
Afternoon.
Okay. So we'll do that August 11th, 2022 at 1:30.
Okay,
And so we're going to send you an email confirming this. We'll appoint court-appointed counsel.
private counsel, not
Yes,
a,
ma'am. They're not
Okay.
public defenders. And
Okay.
then you can, you've raised a number of issues with us, and you can go over those with your lawyer, and then the two of you can take those steps you believe is necessary, okay?
okay,
Thank you for your patience and courtesy. We're going to send you an email with this new court date, August 11th at 1:30, and you should expect to hear from court-appointed counsel. Thank you.
they sent me a letter, before. I don't, my email, I don't know if that email is, even working. I have my case manager here from,
Okay.
the Wellness Center,
Okay,
formerly
well,
known as Mental Health Center of Denver.
sure. Well, we've given you that date and hopefully it's been written down. If your email has changed, please let us know that. And
What email do
hopefully,
you have?
ma'am, I don't have that in front of me.
Will it be the same email that we registered for this link through?
Yes, exactly.
That is my email. That will work.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you,
wish you well. Thank you.
thank you. Okay,
You can log off.
all right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are on the record. This is EM 384 Abdul Karmagar.
Yes, sir.
And sir, I understand you're assisted by the court's interpreter.
Yep.
To our interpreter, can you interpret that for Mr. Karmagar?
EM 00000384 بعد شما امروز با کمک مترجم با رئیس دادگاه صحبت میکنین.
درست با کمال میل.
Yes, of course.
Sir, it's my understanding the city attorney proposes that upon a plea of guilty to 3 points unsafe lane use, then the balance of your case would be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
سیتی اترنی به شما آفر داده که 3 تا اگر بگین که مقصر هستین و 3 تا پوینت بگیرین برای اینکه رانندگیتون سیف نبوده، بعد اون وقت جریمه رو بدین شما دیسمیس میشه، کیستون از بین میره.
درست است.
That's correct.
And sir, you are not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
شما انقدر وقت داشتین که بتونین روش فکر کنین قبل از الان که ببینین که میخواین که بگین مقصر هستین یا نه؟
بله.
Yes.
What have they promised you?
بعد اون وقت چی بهتون قول دادن؟
کیا چی قول دادن؟ یعنی چی قسم؟
Who promised me what?
That's my question. Did anyone promise you anything other than the 3 points we talked about?
Yeah. این سوال من هست که شما کسی بهتون قولی چیزی داده به جز این 3 تا پوینت؟
نه خیر.
No.
Then as to unsafe lane use, a 3-point violation, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
بعد شما برای این 3 تا پوینت و این که لینتون رو درست نبوده که عوض بکنین، شما مقصر هستین یا نه؟
بله من مقصرم.
Yes, I'm guilty.
I will find your plea to be knowing and voluntary. I will impose a fine of $60. Here's a 30% surcharge, $20 in court costs, $9 fuel service charge for a total of $107. Please drive carefully.
Okay. بهتون $60 جریمه دادن و یه 30% و $9 و $20 رو هم میشه $107 و ازتون میخوان که سعی بکنین که تا اونجا که میتونین رانندگیتون رو بهتر بکنین و مواظب باشین.
درست است. حتما چرا.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. We will send you an email on how to take care of this. I wish you well.
برای شما ایمیل میفرستیم که بگیم چجوری شما میتونین که این تیکت رو بدین، این $107 رو، و امیدوارم که یه مقدار بیشتر مواظب باشین موقع رانندگی.
تشکر از اینکه وقتانه برام دادیم و در آخر سوالم وقتی که میره پی بکنم پولشانو بدم ای از چیما پاک میشه دیسمیس میشه؟
I have a question.
Yes.
And that is after I pay the fine, this is going to be dismissed.
3 points will be assessed against your driving privilege, but the original charge will be dismissed.
Okay. شما اون چارج اصلی که داشتین اون دیسمیس میشه ولی 3 تا پوینت بر علیه لایسنستون هست که اون دیسمیس نمیشه.
کدام راهی است که اگر پول بتم یا دبل پی کنم و چی اونم دیسمیس بشه یا نه؟
Is there any way that I can do something, anything that, this 3 points goes away?
No, the city attorney has not made that proposal.
نه، سیتی اترنی بهتون این آفر رو نداد، برای همین این 3 پوینت میمونه.
درست.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can log off.
Thank you, sir. شما میتونین برین.
تشکر قربانتون.
خداحافظ.
You talked to Erica
Okay, EM 6724, appearances, please. Good afternoon, and thank you. I have an indication the proposal is to set this over for about 12 weeks. Is that correct? 12? Well, this says times 2. We can do. You tell me.
We need to get a letter from Community Reach.
Okay. Well, we can do 6, 12. It's up to you.
Well, he says 12, so that's fine.
Okay. We're going to give you a date, September 1st. Morning or afternoon.
Right, like morning.
Very good. How about 8:30? And we'll send you a notice on this. Thank you.
Okay, September 1st.
September 1st. Yes. Now, Ms. Hutton, just to let you know, I think, set a case with you yesterday on the 7th. And that's an off week for us. So we'll be moving that probably to the 1st as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm available that day. So.
Good deal. Okay, thank you. Yes, we'll confirm that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your patience with us today.
Hello?
We'll be with you in just a moment. Okay, we are on the record EM 9717, Ariana Rodriguez.
Ariana? She leave? I'm gonna tell Ariana to leave, but she already did. No, the defendant. Never
She's
mind.
here.
Yeah.
Ariana Rodriguez.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, I have an indication from the city attorney in your case that upon a plea of guilty to the theft charge, the balance of your case would be dismissed. Here, the proposal is for 20 days jail to be suspended as a sentence. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're to have no contact with Walmart and no further violations for 1 year.
Yes.
Okay. You're not represented by counsel. Have you had enough time to think about this prior to entering your plea today?
Yes.
And has anyone promised you anything other than what we've just spoken about here on the record in order to have you enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're appearing by Zoom. Do you consent to proceed in this manner?
I do have one question.
Yes.
How, I know that to seal it, I mean, who would I, once this is like a year has passed and I'm done, who would I speak to seal this case if I've not been appointed an attorney?
Right, you would come back to this court and ask the clerks. And then if sufficient time has passed and if it's a case that can be sealed, and this might likely would be, then you would ask the court clerks and we'd go from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I get that information when we're done?
Yes, you can ask the clerks. We're going to send you an email how to take care of this, and then you can
Okay.
contact them through that email. So as to theft, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? Ma'am, as to theft, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Your Honor.
Okay, I'll accept your plea, find it to be knowing and voluntary. I will impose the 20-day jail sentence. I'll suspend that. On conditions of no contact with Walmart, no further violations for 1 year. Okay, we're going to send you an email how to take care of this. And I wish you well. You can hang up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
It's the second time Miss Miranda doesn't have a parent. And that was from last year.
Okay.
So I don't know if we can send a contempt. I don't know.
Okay, we'll Dr.
Can you move her, Ms. Miranda?
Okay, we're calling EM 5773. Zanaya Miranda.
Yes,
Okay, ma'am, how old are you?
17.
Okay, do you have a parent with you here today?
No, sir.
And why is that?
My mom is just not with me right now. She is running errands at this moment.
Let's see. You were given documentation regarding appearance on this date. Let me pull up that. Yeah, it says right on this document, parent must appear with the defendant under 18. Today's date, 1/15. You are to have completed your essay, restitution, your petty theft class. And do you have any of that done?
No, sir.
Okay, well, we can't do anything without your parent here. So your next court date will be in person. You have to have your parent here in person. What is your parent's name?
Aisha Parker.
How do you spell that?
Ayeshia.
And her phone number?
720
Yes,
603
yes.
7347.
Okay. That's the number you gave us before. I think I'll have my clerk call that number and see if your mom can join us here. Could you call that number? Just a moment. We'll pass your case while we call your mother to see if she can appear with us here on Zoom.
Okay.
Voicemail, leave a message. Just leave a message. This is municipal court.
Calling for Aisha Parker. We are here on Zoom doing a virtual hearing with your daughter, Samantha, and she's in here. We would appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we called your mother. My assistant left a message for her. We'll pass this matter briefly to see if she calls in.
Okay.
So just sit tight. Thank you. Nick, there's somebody out there. He was sitting in the
He was
toilet.
in here, that's why I'm like. The phone was like, click. Oh, yeah, they must have been standing there. That's right, and he paid. Okay, see, he wanted to pay 100, that's fine. Like, I was thinking, what was he doing? Is it right? And I'm like, what's the window? It's just, no, it's fine. No, no, wait. In this.
Okay, Zanaya,
Yes.
you need to be in my courtroom standing in front of me on July 13th at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
1:30.
1:30.
Yeah, and you need to have a parent with you or guardian. And if you don't have a parent or guardian with you, it's going to be a long day.
Okay, sir. Will you guys like send me or my mom like an email about
We'll
everything?
send, we'll send you an email that confirms that so you can show her, but she must be here because we're not going to do this anymore. We need to take care of your case. You have some things that we've ordered you to do previously. You need to get those done, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going for the city.
How do you wish to proceed?
Here's what's going on. This case is set for trial this afternoon. Ask for a discovery on the case. Generally, like every other time ever. Send this everything. Last on Monday, maybe. Subsequently, on Wednesday, we figured out. However, right. Now, that doesn't really make any sense. 'Cause however, we have like a mixture of body cam and video and 7 different items. I told the defense that if you wanted to review all that stuff, it probably wasn't going to be able to happen today, but he's entitled to that discovery. I believe what he would like to do is continue it so
Looks like it was May 12th.
So also I did tell him, so his wife is here and she speaks Spanish. I don't know if he decided whether she was going to testify. I just told him if he wanted to testify, we would have to say. You have my officers here and you apologize to everybody for the mess up.
Okay, Mr. Anton Pinto, you've heard what the city attorney has said, and you are entitled to have the discovery in the case, the full discovery, and the opportunity to look at it before we go proceed to trial. We do have some time left on your speedy trial, but we are going to set the matter on a new date. Is that your understanding, and do you agree with that? Okay, so let's get a date in July. And I do want a Spanish interpreter day. Sir, if you want witnesses that are Spanish speaking, we will be able to accommodate that. Okay. Did you get the trial procedures that the city attorney gave you? Okay, great. Okay, let's get a date. Okay.
What were the dates?
13 or 27?
I don't think it'd be fair to add Ms. Lacker.
The 27th? And our she said these at 2:30. 2:30. Yes.
Continue subpoenas for time.
Okay.
Here in court. And also Officer Sal.
And I'm sorry, officer, what is your name? All subpoenas are continued to the next date, July 27, 2:30, back in this courtroom. Sir, if there is a resolution of this case, by all means, let us know. Okay, sir, you can check with the court clerks out in the hallway. They'll give you a written document regarding this. And I wish you well. Thank you. Yes. Yes, sir.